VCARE Supply Chain, highlighting and showcasing solutions for the most complex challenges facing the industry in 21st century by our team of subject matter experts and mentors. Broadcasting every week, all year round, we will present the most up-to-date series of podcasts and webinars.
Hello and welcome to another episode with VCARE Supply Chain, the podcast. This is Norhadi, your host, and it's really exciting because we got now Maryanne Rose. She is a consultant and corporate trainer specializing in supply chain management. Maryanne is the principal in Supply Chain Mavens, and she is based in the US. So today we're going to talk about the value of supply chain certification. Thank you for joining us, Maryanne, and welcome to our show on VCARE Supply Chain.
Thank you for having me, Norhadi. I'm very excited to be here with you today.
Okay, so before we get in, can you please brief a bit about yourself, your professional background, and what do you do at Supply Chain Mavens?
Thank you for asking. I started my career in supply chain in a factory in Ocala, Florida, many years ago. I worked for a variety of industries, including automotive and consumer goods and electronics. At Supply Chain Mavens, my partner and I, Joni Holeman, co-founded Supply Chain Mavens a couple of years ago with the intention of continuing to share what we know about supply chain with students from around the world. So each of us spend our days marketing and selling the certification courses, but we spend the majority of our time interacting with students, touring facilities, and continuing to learn about supply chain management. It is a fascinating field, and we consider ourselves students as much as instructors.
Okay. So, looking at your profile, that you have been delivering many courses and classes for supply chain certification program, can you please tell us how important is to do the certification in supply chains? What is the value and benefit for having a certification?
Well, that's a great question for me, Norhadi, because I was a forklift operator in a factory in Florida when I went for my first APICS certification in production and inventory control. And it was that certification, the knowledge that I gained through that certification, that allowed me to climb the ladder, so to speak, in supply chain management. That first certification actually lifted me from a shop floor employee into a middle management position in about a year and a half. The value of the certification, that first one for me, was the ability to see the organization as a big picture, rather than just seeing my little role as a material handler and an inventory accountant, to see the company as a whole and recognizing that decisions had to be made that were for the best of the organization, not just one department, not just one role. Then my second certification in supply chain professional, that enabled me to see that my organization, one little company, was part of an entire supply chain, and the entire supply chain had to be successful in order for any one partner in the supply chain to succeed.
Awesome. And what is the best way to do certification in supply chain? Do you have any recommendation?
Well, being an instructor, I would say an instructor-led certification course is going to be the best. But there are people that are successful in self-study. And the big key in either approach is to apply ourselves to the information that we're picking up. It's not just about memorizing things. a person could pass the certification exam by memorization, but the big key, the ability to use the certification to grow your career, is going to be to apply the information, which is why my partner and I constantly look for opportunities to tour facilities, factories, distribution centers, talk to individuals in front office, talk to people on the shop floor, talk to people in the warehouse, understand the different roles, understand the dependence and the interdependence on each area of the supply chain in order for the supply chain as a whole to succeed.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, Maryanne, I received this question actually many times from young people who just been graduate from a university. The question was, which is the more advantageous on the long run, MBA in supply chain or global certification in supply chain? So what is your opinion?
Well, I would have nothing but respect for a person who goes the route of an MBA. There's more expense. It's going to take more time. There's high value in it. The certification might be a faster path into a depth of knowledge in an area of supply chain management. But I would say either path is going to be advantageous in the long run if a person applies the knowledge that they learn along the way. So I said I have 2 APICS certifications. I actually have 4 APICS certifications in different disciplines, drilling down into different topic areas, which enabled me to, again, expand my knowledge. I also achieved the demand-driven DDMRP certification. I traveled to Canada. I acquired a logistics certification, all with the intention of expanding my knowledge. So all of these programs are going to be advantageous. It depends on how much time, how much money you want to put into the initial learning. But beyond the technical knowledge, the next thing I would say that a person must have is what we call the soft skills. We must learn how to interact with other individuals. We must be able to acquire leadership skills. And a person can be a leader in an organization at any level. Leadership is about learning to collaborate. It's learning to extend trust to others and be trustworthy. So we must have both hard skills and soft skills to succeed in the world of supply chain today and into the future.
Awesome. So thank you for the time, Maryanne. I was really enjoying our conversation today.
Thank you so much for having me, Norhadi, and I hope that you feel better.
Yeah. All the best and see you next time.
At VCARE Supply Chain, we are committed to driving global perspective to embrace technological adaptation in improving process efficiencies. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share VCARE Supply Chain. And stay tuned for the latest updates. To learn more, visit our website www.vicaresupplychain.com. Thank you for listening to us. We look forward to seeing you at our next episode.